As a paragon of efficiency and cleverness, it is no surprise to me that Wiggy of Triple Ace Games managed to get 20 dice and 2 books into this lean package, which managed to make it through the war zone that is the Postal Service completely unscathed. And the type of package he chose was, of course, the one with the very convenient zip, which makes it so easy for me to open. I don't have to tear the box apart as I did a week or so ago to get it open. Now I know what's in here. This is something that I had the great pleasure of working on as the editor, and I've been waiting and waiting and waiting, as I always do with Triple Ace Games products these days, to be able to share them with everybody else. So, what are they? Well, we have the Gothic Horror Guide to the Ministry of Unusual Affairs, and we have the guide to the Land of Horror. Plus, we have Gothic Horror themed dice, suitable for Ubiquity, in that 50% of the faces have an image and 50% don't. Let me just spin the packing around so that I can show you how the dice were put in place. So each set of 10 is in its own heavy Ziploc bag. Those bags are taped to the inside of the packing material and used to keep the books firmly in place. So everything gets where it's going without anything being damaged. I'm a big fan of things getting where they're going without being damaged. It's a little difficult to see the dice through the plastic, so let's pause here and get them out of there. Now that the books and dice have been distributed to backers, they're available on the Triple Ace Games website. So if you're looking for some dice useful for Ubiquity with this nice theme, well, this is an option. The Gothic Horror dice. For those new to Ubiquity, these are not, quote, Ubiquity dice, end quote. These are dice suitable for playing Ubiquity, which will make it a lot easier than using normal dice, but won't give you the ability to reduce the number of dice you roll like true Ubiquity dice will. So as you can see, half the faces have this bats against the moon image and half the faces don't. So this gives you your 50-50 chance of success per die. So let's roll some dice and see what we get. I'm going to roll 4 dice. I can expect 2 successes, and I got 2 successes. I have rolled the average. Let's push our luck and see what we get on a second roll. Aha! I've once again rolled the average. I feel competent. I'll go again. Uh-oh. Things are getting more difficult. Can I get myself out of this jam? Oh my goodness. I've actually rolled 0 successes. Highly unlikely, but you saw it. Back to 1 success. What's going on? Am I cursed? Aha! I'm going to quit while I'm ahead. So, let's talk a little bit about the books. As you can see, both books are for the Ubiquity role-playing system, specifically for Leagues of Gothic Horror. But each of these books contains a secret inside. The first one, Mordavia, Lands of Horror, and this one, a very in-depth focus on one of the Leagues of Adventure, the Ministry of Unusual Affairs. Well, they're not just for Leagues of Gothic Horror. Both of these contain very useful information that will help you use them for Leagues of Cthulhu as well. Each book runs 64 pages and is in this digest size that TAG has been using for their Kickstarters. Black and white interiors, quite a lot of illustrations, and packed with ideas, with characters, with locations, and advice for getting all of those things into play and in motion in your game. Looking through the table of contents for Mordavia, you'll see that there's a strong focus on what it is. It is a region. How did this region come to be? What strange things lie within it? Who is there? What do people know about it? What do people think they know about it? And on and on. This particular source book has a very duplicitous nature. There's things that might be true, may be true, could be true, and not all of it has to do with one particular type of horror. So it can be repurposed and reused again and again. Likewise, the Ministry of Unusual Affairs is the Ministry of Unusual Affairs, and some departments within this ministry may make an appearance in your Leagues of Cthulhu campaign, or in your Leagues of Gothic Horror campaign, or in your Leagues of Adventure campaign. This one has fantastic hooks that tie us to the Guidebook to London and a variety of other source books. All of these source books intertwined and interconnected, helping you build an ever-layered and ever-deeper campaign for Leagues of Adventure, or Gothic Horror, or Cthulhu. One thing I particularly liked about the Ministry of Unusual Affairs book is that it serves as a model for bureaucracy. So you can repurpose the way that this book is structured into creating any kind of labyrinthine governmental monstrosity of a bureaucracy that you see fit. And so that just makes me laugh every time I think about it. But just on its own merits, Ministry of Unusual Affairs is fantastic. And Mordavia is maybe one of the better settings books I've ever had the opportunity to read. So, if you like your mysteries to be mysterious, if you like the sources of mystery to be monstrous or methodical or maniacal, or if you like the places from which your investigators spring to be inspiring, I trust that you'll know where to turn. Triple Ace Games, source for Leagues of Adventure, Leagues of Gothic Horror, and Leagues of Cthulhu.